is the main event of the evening. To find out who is El Más Macho. And the Philippines and Mexico face off once again in the ring. Fighting out of the blue corner, the Philippines, Jimrex, the Executioner Jaca. Dressed in the colors of Mexico, green, white, and red. The former WBA and IBF Featherweight Champion of the world. De la Ciudad de Mexico, DF, Juan Manuel Marquez.
Maybe he has a little...
He has not been in any number. The only one was Pacquiao, but other than that, he's as much worn and torn as the other boxing years. Is much younger.
I'll tell you what, so far Jaca is taking more than anticipated.
Marquez in the traditional, he is a southpaw. Marquez says he's got to go up against a conventional fighter, and there you see Marquez.
He seems to be very determined to be impressive tonight.
A straight right.
Marquez is fighting a lot more aggressive than he not.
2 fights ago, he lost a decision that
tonight. I never heard him say something like that.
Yeah, and he's got caught with a beautiful straight left right there. This could turn out to be a much more exciting fight than we all expected.
It was a left hook
by Jaca.
Jaca doing work to the body, but Marquez spins him around, and then Jaca trading more. And we're just 2 minutes into the first round.
Marquez, it means we have a good, exciting fight on.
Marquez doubles up with the left hand and unloads it.
He's fighting a fast southpaw from the Philippines, as Pacquiao does.
Juan Manuel Marquez. And Jim, when we go to the corner of Jaca, they speak to Google Translate, and when we go to the corner... Round one, Marquez 18, landing 18 out of 54. Jaca 18. And there you see how Harold Letterman scored the first round. This fight was supposed to take place. He has joined Golden Boy Promotion.
It was Marquez who did some of the hurting in that round, although...
Marquez is a wee tad slower than he normally is, I think, because he himself got caught with a right hook, even though...
Oh, man.
You know, going to seem like this is the kind of fighter that would prepare you for Manny Pacquiao.
It's a cut over the left eye, I believe. Marquez unload. And there you see what Marquez punched with his left.
I punch at him also sometimes when he comes in. But interested because I thought he would be moving around.
This fight, if Marquez can make adjustments and start to pull away.
And in round 2 with a flurry.
Being hit.
Agreed.
Jaca, the lap against Geronimo Hernandez was a first-round TKO.
He pulls back a lot, just enough to make Marquez, instead of throwing punches and just staying there.
Left hook shook Jaca.
Manny and Marquez throughout his career has reminded me of that as the rounds go on.
I don't know if he's going to be that effective. This guy seems to have it with any combinations.
That punch was blocked.
It's a little bit more in this round than he was earlier.
Yeah, but the one thing we know, they'll take it to another level.
See Marquez applying a little more pressure.
Marquez showed you a little bit of the speed that he says he has left.
Very professional, but still slow.
This guy.
Jaca's punch output slows down. Marquez trying to steal, and Marquez is now, as is Jimrex Jaca.
Okay, Fred, 2 rounds to 29-20. 28, Jimrex Jaca. That's like the style of Jimrex Jaca. I mean, this is Jaca stacking him. I thought he won that, but
it's not uncommon for Marquez to start slowly. Like he really's trying to take this guy's head off.
Both passion in previous fights. He maybe then would have gotten the fight. Following a long career where he... Nice over.
Jaca doesn't have the punching power, Marquez, but he's fighting a very good fight.
Southpaws, Manny. Guys are on guard for that.
Winning the round.
Marquez seems to be caught with that straight left hand.
Got punches with a lot more speed and power than Jaca.
Vulnerable still. He is fighting a southpaw with a good straight left hand. And he's active against a guy like that. Might that not be an advantage against Pacquiao in a rematch?
But would be. And you can't do that with a guy like Pacquiao. There's a close competitive fight on the score.
Man, with that roll over Jaca's arena in Hidalgo, Texas. Fred Charles, along Emmanuel Stewart and Max Kellerman. And this was supposed to be.
He does, but I'll tell you what, should he come out with a win here,
Watered down version of Pacquiao right here in front of him.
Fighters don't watch tape, and Jaca says he doesn't watch tape of his opponent. The guy on the tape is the guy you face.
Marquez, Jaca, he wanted to make sure everything was all good. Marquez wouldn't touch gloves.
Stop! Time! Neutral corner, right there.
Yes. All right, referee Lawrence Cole, but
bad cut. When you see two heads bump together, that's what happened. Cut.
I'll tell you what, if Harold's Marquez in some trouble.
And Marquez, you can tell, sensing he doesn't want to go into work here in the 5th round. The 5th fight that we know of with Jaca.
Career, except for the Pacquiao fight, vulnerable, down perhaps on points.
Now see what happened.
To beat popular fighters.
Marquez shot a big volley trying to, get even after getting cut, and Jaca's trying to take control again.
Blood streaming down the right side of Marquez's.
Punching.
Headbutt with the 14 of 43, Jaca 12 of 40. Marquez.
Sometimes when fighters aren't, and Marquez, the top guy, he drew with Pacquiao. He lost to Freddie Norwood, controversially. Profile top fighters in this weight class. Does seem to be fighting harder since the cut.
And he's, to me, Landon Morrison seems to be very comfortable with the situation, and has been able to which means that it could be a tough.
Well, it wouldn't be a dramatic win if it wasn't against the determined.
I know all about this pro-Mexican crowd, when particularly in the Mexican last week.
And he's showing some maturity.
Pockets.
That's what good fighters do. Good right hand. Good right hand.
Marquez.
Very determined fighter. Now I like what Marlon won too. And Jaca was getting, and he's been more effective. There it is again. By shooting the right hand without.
Right side of Marquez's face, you see him wiping it off. Between, firing, big shots.
Fellas, safe to say, not what we expected.
Marquez is Sunday cleanly very often. It's the straight right hand. One of the reasons Jaca's still around this late in the fight.
Harold, how do you have it?
Okay, Fred hand, and he's winning these rounds. But I want to say something. You were right. I got to say this. If the fight is stopped in the middle of the round, you score the partial round.
Good chin. That's the only reason he hasn't been knocked out.
More vulnerable than he used to be, and therefore make it easy.
Truly the case, I believe. I think he gets hit a little bit more than he used to, but he's.
Nice uppercut by Marquez, and then he doesn't.
For Marquez, he just landed a right uppercut from the outside.
Marquez, as I mentioned, he lost 2 fights ago.
Fighting a very good, exciting, power-punching fight tonight.
The fight was stopped in the 7th with Marquez.
Decision. The Chris John fight also, most people thought he won. I thought.
And Juan Max $50,000. He wants to build a house. He has a wife.
You can build a couple in the Philippines. $1 million tonight, though, considering he's really fighting a spirited.
He says he is.
It should be said also as we watch. People are talking about 5 rounds. Marquez drew in a fight. He didn't lose to Pacquiao.
Right there, time.
Morales got blitzed twice.
The second butt, okay? Box.
All right, Lawrence Cole letting us know. Headbutt. And you can see once again, Marquez wants to take matters, standing right there with him, going toe-to-toe.
But Jaca came right to him and
He sure did.
met him punch up.
What a great exchange.
Punch.
What an exchange.
He's going right to him. He's not taking it easy. Both guys are meeting each other here.
Marquez's face in a furious exchange with a determined. But he's not trying to win.
Marquez sent the right side of his face.
Time, right there. Your head on the scorecard, okay? When you see, he was like that. Going up. Hang on.
And Lawrence Cole telling Marquez he was ahead on the scorecard.
Definitely on it.
It sounds as though he's implying if you decide you don't want to fight on. And he wants to fight on.
How could Lawrence Cole have any? What the scorecard said?
One of the boxers that is, but
they're talking about open scoring in fights that would happen in an open scoring.
Taking another point away because he's doing it accidentally. And power punches in the 8th round.
When a southpaw fight, there are pros and cons to open scoring. That is a potential con, knowing they were ahead in the fight.
and a lot of fighters the rest of the fight, even if there's no cut involved, just on points. Which I got 3 more rounds to go. I just run.
To Marquez's credit, Barrera, and towards him in terms of public demand.
And then, guys, a point that was just brought to my attention. I'm saying you may not have understood him.
Good point.
The boxing guy in his life, for he and his brother Raw.
Oh, big left hook.
I don't think Jaca knows where he is quite.
No,
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout comes to an end with an official time of 2 minutes, 48